Okay, how do I edit that chat? How do I edit this? Hey, Aizen. There. Hey, my man. A little bit annoying. I always have to recreate this. And I have to not forget to put in the live chat. Now we can add that to OBS. Hopefully this time isn't bad, but at least Cakez. Let me put the chat to the top left so I can see it as well. I wanna scale it a bit more. I'll put it to the bottom left here. How slow is this guy? Oh my god. Yeah, I am slow. I'm sorry, guys. I am slow. Hey, Haskas, he's back. Hey, guys. Good morning. Sorry, guys. I am slow. There we go. I can't literally... I am in indiedev Spudge's chat. It's not that easy, okay? It is literally not that easy to go into my chat and post that, okay? I don't want to be posting something randomly there. There we go, guys. We are on YouTube. I hope I didn't spam the wrong chat. There. Welcome, welcome. We are going to create Vampire Survivors in C++, guys. Let's go. So that's what we have. Attention. Currently. Building completed. And Mr. Real Super Cool, explain to me how we can make this better. We can use flocking, and then we can push back units. That's what we're going to try. Remainder to enable live chat debated. It should be, right? It is enabled. It just takes time. Excuse me. It just takes time to update because YouTube is shit. The YouTube chat is literally bad. Alright, so over here. We need to read up on some stuff here. I have no time. It's that one is awesome. That one is freaking awesome. Okay, so we need to read up on this. He's only doing this once every frame. So he's not iterating like I do. What do we have here? Build.bat. Let's push that real quick. Oh shit. Chat on screen, people shake. Yeah. Okay. We need to add in enemy flock. We need to add in enemy flocking. And then I want to add in pushback. I want to like press a button and then it pushes back. My last message not showing, huh? Also, you can't really see that very well. The chat is not displayed very well. Maybe we can edit this a bit. Properties. Maybe we can edit some filters. Background color. Should we use a background color here? Is there like a way to preview this? Yeah, that's the chat. That's the browser source I'm using. You have alpha 0, I think. Well, okay. Well, let's put that to 128. And then let's make it not red, but black, literally. Let's see how that works. Literally doesn't change anything, but it only makes it so that we can't see stuff. What the fuck? Test. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's a test message. It literally doesn't maybe use control audio via OBS custom CSS. Maybe it's not using the custom CSS. Try alpha 1. You think it's literally a 1 value? I hate how it destroys the entire thing every time. I think Twitch chat is a bit faster. Let me go to Twitch chat. That doesn't change. It doesn't change the alpha. It literally does not. Maybe we can use a filter. Maybe there's a filter that we can use. Hey, real super cool, my man. Apply LUT. Nah, that's just how this chat looks. Can increase the contrast, but can make it more bright, but yeah, that's also cringe. I saw a black square for a split second. For a split second there was a black square. I don't think it's anything on these options here. Properties. Not sure. Literally get the fuck out of here. Huh? Edge? Think it's a cloud bot? No. Chat box, right? It's a chat box. Background color. Literally doesn't change it. This background color is preview purpose only. It will not be shown in your streaming software. I literally won't be showing. Hey Kenyon. Isn't that Zere? Nobody can be Cakez hand rubbing. Why does the chat show a different YouTube account now? Yesterday was Zere, feels bad. Guys, whatever. Let's not deal with this. We already have enough problems to deal with, which is the flocking and the Biods. Let's deal with that, okay? It doesn't matter. Like, literally, I'm sorry if it doesn't really look... If there is no... Maybe I can add in, like, I don't know, a color source, which would be a black box. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Black. Do I have an alpha value? Do I literally have an alpha value, or is this what happened to my black boy? What happened? Hello, is this C++? Hey, Schumann. Yes, it is. I'm just currently fixing or trying to fix chat. Trying to make it so that... Look, we have a black box. Now we just need to edit those together. Let me see. Is it scene, chat overlay? Add in the color source, the black box. Okay. Someone just subscribed. Oh man, thank you. Why would you render it into the void? Yes, we are working on this in a second. Just want to make sure that... I think I can delete this now. No? Give me a second. If I go to live, it should show me the... Oh, I see. Wait. We add in a scene, which is the chat overlay. There we go. And now we can make that smaller. Can also close that on the left here, make that a bit... Let's make that big, but just cut off like the top. Show like that much, maybe. Huh? And I guess I'll put it on the bottom left here. Test. And I think I'll also be able to put some stuff on the bottom way to make it even smaller. Make it transparent. Yeah, so now we can make it transparent. Okay, now we make it transparent. Let me go into that. It's literally this black box. I don't know if I can make it transparent. It literally has 3-4 color channels only. Doesn't look like it can be done. Maybe it is in properties? No, it's not in properties. Maybe it's in filters? I don't know if you can add in a filter, like a color key. Maybe? Opacity? Oh, look, it works. Look at that. Awesome. So 50%? What do you think? About 50%? Should be good, right? Let's do it like this. I think we can see everything well enough. I don't like that everything is the same color, but that's the YouTube chat. 25%? You think that's too much, what I have right now? Yo, A-Stucken, my man. Good morning. Okay. I think we'll keep it like this for now. I can tweak this later. That's awesome. I now have the ability to just switch this on and off, depending if I want to have it or not. Okay, so we want to work... We want to make this. We want to make this algorithm work today. Hopefully we can get it. So we are able to make it so that these enemies, the enemies follow us and we can push them back. That's what I want to do today. But like I want to press a button and then push all my enemies away. And this seems to be very efficient. And in order to do that, Real Superku has been helping me with this a lot, explaining this. We start off with by looking at ourselves and our neighbors. That looks dope, yeah, right? And it had a tad left. If it had a tad left, no one has super long names. You think I should put it a tad to the left a little bit more, like something like this? No result, no stream end. Yeah, we'll try. We'll see. Can maybe make that a bit more bad. Oh, that's amazing. Hey, cool. Glad you like it. So what we do is we take the direction from each nearby enemy, and what we do is the nearby enemy part, we'll later make it so that we query every other enemy around us, which turns this loop into n squared, of course. But that's fine in the beginning. And then once we run into frame rate problems, we'll turn this into a grid where I only check like the next 5 enemies around me. We can make that assumption later. But for now, we just loop over all enemies, and then we check if our distance to them is less than the range of our colliders. And if so, we wanna push out. So basically the same. I didn't realize my stream was a minute behind. Maybe there was some lag. Let's go! Oh yeah, I also forgot to enable TTS, but I think no one has really been asking for that currently, right? No one wanted to have TTS. Okay. Now about the YouTube bot. There is some unfortunate problems with the YouTube bot that might not be resolved easily. By the way, guys, no, I think it should be fine. Wait. Let me make it so that the chat is just a tiny bit more.
I'm alive, motherfucker.
Like that, and then the chat perfectly fits into the bottom left. Okay, guys, don't overdo it, okay? Don't overdo it, okay? Okay, this is where we resolve collision, and we're just gonna delete the entire... We are going to delete the entire thing and try that again. So for every enemy, we set a direction on the enemy where they want to move. And as far as I understand, or as far as Real Super Cool explains it, I don't have to take the direction of other enemies into account. I can just get my own direction, right? I could just say, oh, I want to move towards the player, which is what I do here. But instead of setting the position here, we set like some sort of enemy desired position. Which would be the enemy position. And by the way, Sean, since you are new here, we are trying to create Vampire Survivors, a clone of Vampire Survivors, and that's what we currently have. We have like, I've drawn this dude in the middle, and currently we have enemies running towards us that collide with each other, but this algorithm that we created is very inefficient, and also they jump a lot. I can make them not jump. Isn't Schumann Shigeman? Wait, is Schumann Shigeman? Is he like trolling me? Is Schumann Shigeman? Who is Shigeman? See? See, it's not him. Told you. So we set like this a desired position. I think that would be a cool idea to set that. We have a vec2 and a vec2 desired position. And then we try to resolve collisions by... That's what Shigeman would say. True, yeah, that's true, yeah.
My name is Schumann Shigeman.
I would only set the speed, not a desired position. Could work, of course, depending on what you wanna do. I would only set the speed. But what do you mean by speed? Isn't a speed a direction? A directional vector? So you mean... So desired... Direction. Desired direction would be direction times movement speed. Where are the other chatters chatting from? Okay, so either he's doing a very good job at pretending not to be Shigiman, or he's actually not Shigiman, but they are chatting from Twitch. They're chatting from here. I have just ended a stream on Twitch a couple of minutes ago, and we are now streaming on YouTube. Since I'm already on Twitch as an affiliate, I am not allowed to stream on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. You already have it normalized and scaled, I see. Thanks for explaining. Sure. Direction, yes, you already have it less normalized and scaled, I see. Without the delta time. So the movement distance by default would be 100. So without the delta time, well, I currently have delta time though, but I guess we'll add delta time at the end, if that makes sense, right? We add a delta time at the end. But that's weird. Are you sure that without the delta time, that's a long distance to travel? That's a very big direction to move. It's like a ginormous vector that basically spans like this much of the screen, right? Come on, guys. I'm just saying, it's a ginormous distance. Why are you adding movement distance? I'm not adding movement distance. I'm setting a desired direction. Okay, and then we resolve collisions. So we do for... Specifically get this over here. We go over... Can I build this, by the way?
Attention.
Yeah.
Building completed.
So we get an enemy. Neighbor. I don't think we need a pointer. Because we are not affecting the neighbor. So we get a neighbor, and then we basically apply... I don't know. So you're not really sure if I should or should not use delta time? So we're basically looking at the distance between ourselves. Okay, we need to get the distance between our neighbor and ourselves. So enemy position minus neighbor position. It doesn't really matter which way around we do that, right? Neighbor direction is enemy. Wait, are we actually... Oh, I need to put this in here. I need to put this loop into here. I just noticed. We set a desired direction, and then we get neighbor index. Neighbor index, neighbor index. Which is why this loop becomes n squared, right? We go over all enemies while we go over all enemies. But we can also partition these into slots where I like every enemy only has like a couple of them around themselves. Like the partition part would then be another n. Becomes almost, and then it becomes almost linear. It would be like, I think 3n. We partition, we update the enemies, and then we draw the enemies, and the partition part would be n again because we loop over all enemies and put them into partitions. Okay, so we get the neighbor enemy index on the neighbor index. We get the neighbor, and then we get the neighbor direction, which would be enemy position minus neighbor dot position. Now we have the direction, and then we have the float distance, or the neighbor distance. Let's call it neighbor distance. Neighbor distance is the length of the neighbor direction. Okay. And now we need to make sure, we need to check if the neighbor distance is less than enemy.collider radius plus neighbor.collider.radius. So if we collide, literally, we're literally checking, are we colliding? And if so, now I have to cheat again. Or distance also needs to be greater than some epsilon. Interesting. So what if they stack on top of each other, like 100%? What does that happen then, real super cool? What if they stack directly on top of each other? They would just merge together, right? They would never move out. Isn't that correct? I mean, maybe it cannot happen, but then you get a division by 0 error, lol. I have a special dummy case for that. I mean, if the neighbor distance is literally 0, because length can return me 0. Square root out of 0 should be safe, right? Do I have to make sure that this can... Do I have to... Guys, I need to go to the bathroom. My special dummy case. Not sure how well it works. Only matters when you normalize. Guys, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll open that. But yeah, I'm sorry. I need to go to the bathroom. Just give me a second. Just look at this while we are gone. While I'm gone. Be right back real quick. Why is no enemy spawning? They're not moving the edge. Yeah, and I reached the maximum amount already, I guess. 1,000. We reached 1,000 transforms. Alright, so. And the reason why they are not moving is because I'm only setting a desired direction here, not anything else. I don't think we compiled since we spelled radius. Radius? Radius? Okay. Enemy undeclared identifier. Let me see here. Let's fix those spelling mistakes. Oh, it's called entity.
Attention. Building completed.
Game state does not have an operator, of course. Like always, I will keep doing that mistake.
Attention. Building
Then left of collider must have. It's called neighbor. Like that.
Attention. Building completed.
Looks like my loading cable is dying. Kinda cringe. Okay. Now, if they are colliding, we want to... How did he call that? We want to set... Or we want to multiply the direction by the separation strength. We literally get the direction. Can't I just do this? I mean, isn't it very simple? If... Like over here we get the vec2 separation direction is neighbor direction divided by neighbor distance. And then we can check if neighbor distance is the same as 0. We just set that to some epsilon. Is... Yeah, some sort of epsilon. I don't know. I don't have an epsilon in my engine. What do we have here? If length squared is less than 0.001, then set the length squared to 1. Zero, 0, 0, 0, 1. I guess I'll just do something if it's 0. I don't think you want to divide the direction. Yeah, you want. You want to have the normalized direction. And then you... Yeah, you want. Just gonna yoink my epsilon. I'm just gonna, I don't know. I just say 0.001. It like literally is like very small. Really. gonna be very small. And then we have the separation direction, and then we could say the float separation distance is, and this is where we copy that again. We take the range minus the distance and divide it by the range again. It's like a good day, Cakez. Why are you saying good morning? Just wondering. Oh, because I start streaming in the morning, and it has been now almost 6 hours since I started streaming, and usually it's just that I'm yeah. I just have it in my brain. I just got distracted by what Real Superku said. That's why I stopped so much. And hey, Nike Dev. Hello there. This time, hopefully, the chat does not fuck me over and actually updates. I hope it does. And if it doesn't, I should still have the chat displaying on stream. The neighbor direction could be 0, 0 also, though. You gotta set it some values. Is the clock 15 at yours? Yeah, it is. The 15. It is 3 o'clock right now. Hmm. I see, I need to push it in some way or direction, right? Wait, let me see. We have our position and the neighbor's position. And we are exactly on top of each other. Then I suppose we can set the separation direction to be my desired direction. Normalized. Actually, oh, no. I could... I mean, I'm literally only moving this enemy, so yeah, it should be... Yeah. Actually, that could be it. We could take the enemy... No, not any direction. I take the desired direction, and we normalize that. Just when I get them out of your body. Yeah, but in the proper direction. And then we set the distance to epsilon. No, actually, if they are on top of each other, then the distance... Yeah, the neighbor distance is epsilon. Yeah, exactly. And if not... We can set... So we basically set a vec2 separation direction to nothing, and then we could set a float separation distance to 0. Oh, actually that can be done below. And over here we set the separation direction divided in using the neighbor direction and neighbor distance. That looks good. We push them away from each other, and if they are right exactly on top of each other, we're just gonna move into the direction we already want to move. What's the proper direction when you're standing directly on top of each other? The proper direction when you're standing directly on top of each other is the direction in which you want to move. In my opinion. So you're like on top of each other and one guy wants to move to the right and the other one wants to move to the left, there's no point in pushing this guy that wants to move to the right into its like default location somewhere to the left. It would push them both to the left or something. I'm just gonna separate them in the direction they want to move. But it could push themselves. But they could push themselves. We'll have to see how that goes. Maybe they both push themselves all the time and then they keep overlapping. I don't know. If they're exactly the same, then maybe they... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can use that, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then we get the separation distance, which would be normalizing. No, actually the length of the separation direction, right? Wait. That would be the range minus the distance divided by the range. Oh, that I see. So we do we get a float range, which would be that part over here. Range. So that would be the range minus the distance. Divided by the range. Right? Yeah, so the further they are apart, the less this separation distance or separation factor or separation strength is affecting the enemy. Like the closer they are together, the more strength has to be applied to pull them out. And then we need to set like some sort of separation force on the enemy, I guess. So let's do that. Vec2 separation force. Let's do exactly what he's doing and see what happens. So enemy. Separation direction. Times separation strength. That should be it.
Attention. Building completed.
Neighbor distance.
Attention.
Neighbor
Building
distance.
completed. Attention. Building
And
completed.
that is separation. Direction.
Attention. Building completed.
Separation strength. Neighbor dist undeclared identifier. That's neighbor dist.
Attention.
Guys,
Building completed.
I'm a little bit worried. Is that still working? Yeah. Live chat. They're on the same spot. The desired might be the same also. Yeah, if they are on the same spot, the desired direction might be the same also. Real super good. That's correct. And so if I'm thinking, if I do this code and they are exactly on top of each other and they both move to the player, then I push them both into that direction. I think they will both be moving. They will both be moving on top of each other. They will not separate. And so I might have to use random locations here or something. Blocks direction. Or you just move one. You move one to the left and the other one you move... Why is it a vector 3? I guess for you it's a... Why is it a vector 3 for you? I guess you move one to the left and the other one to the right, huh? That's a cool idea. Random directions. That would, why one would be to the left. And the other one would be to the right. Oh, that's to the right and that's to the left. To the right. To the left. That would be weird though, but maybe that helps. And so the separation direction does not need to be a normalized, it just needs to be a random directions on. Let's do that. If the neighbor index is greater than the enemy index. Wonder if that works.
Attention. Building completed.
Neighbor distance is wrong still. And separation strength. Separation strength.
Attention. Building completed.
Separation strength. Separation. Serratation. Separation.
Attention.
Okay, so
Building
this is
completed.
resolving the collisions, hopefully. And then we move the enemy. Which does applies everything in a weighted sense, I guess. So enemy position. Try already. I want to see smiley face. No. Same. Think if enemy separation force equals makes sense. Think. Okay, I'm thinking. Probably minus the separation strength, or the separation direction at the beginning should be the other way around, because this is me towards the enemy. No, actually this is the enemy towards me. That's the enemy towards me. That's the direction from the enemy towards me. No, actually that's the enemy towards me. Gotta reset it to 0 somewhere. The separation force? But that's setting it to 0 and directly setting it. And then if you need to, I see. So it sums them up. We want to sum up the forces, so basically, I see. So basically what you do... okay. I see. Reset, And then we build a new one. Thank you, thank you. Okay, now we move them. That would be the enemy position plus equals the desired direction plus the separation force. I still think that the desired direction needs to be multiplied by delta time or something. Or I need to multiply this by delta time.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
And we can actually draw it as well. Can actually draw it. We don't need to do another loop.
Attention. Building completed.
And then if you have multiple enemies close range, you wanna sum up forces. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Guys, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. It's gonna look like shit. I'm telling you, it's gonna look like shit. Oh. Oh no, what is happening? They're being sucked in. It's like... No! Look at that! What am I creating here? What is happening? Look at this guy! Ring, ring, ring! Look at him fighting! It's my magma forms like... Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm telling you, I think they move too much. You got no times delta time when you move force at enemy position plus equals? I have. I literally have over here. Times delta time. Or maybe I need to do times delta time here. And then use the separation force times the delta time as well. That's my boy.
Building completed.
They're still colliding though. Look, they're still very much colliding. I think the separation force is an issue. I think there is no... Maybe I need to do minus equals? Separation direction. No minus. Just wanna test it out, okay? Try removing the delta time on separation force.
Completed.
I think that's
Attention.
it.
Building completed.
Oh my god. At least they're flocking. I like that. Look at that. Oh, oh boy. They wanna come to me. Maybe they'll come back at some point. Maybe they'll come back. Come back, please. Come back to me. Come on, please, come to me. I mean, at least they're flocking. Somewhat. That's awesome. Ah, come back to me! No, they're being sucked in by the almighty black hole. No, that could be a game where all the enemies move or they get slower and you have to like dodge them. That's like a great wind pushing effect, yeah. Oh, come on, Tommy! You can do it! For some reason, over time, they just... they seem to be getting there. Like, almost. They're able to move. Look at that. Look how they're like... And maybe at some point they can follow me. Oh, we're being sucked in. Hold on, guys, please. We can't stop. Look how I can push these. Like, fuck you guys. Boing, boing. Oh, that is so cool. That's so fucking cool. Roing. Boing. Guys, they're coming. They're coming. They're literally coming. There's a ginormous amount of enemies coming. They're slowly gaining more power. Look at the ginormous snake. They're actually coming towards me. Oh, that is awesome, man. I guess I need to weight the movement towards me more than the push away from the other enemies. Oh no, they're coming! Oh, they're coming! Oh, they're getting power! Ring, ring, ring! I wonder what my frames per second are like. It's only new gameplay right there. Yeah, like collect the enemies. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. Maybe I should do this as a thumbnail. Oh, we are getting to a giant penis. Oh, I need to make this a thumbnail. Look at that. Oh no, they're moving towards me. No, they're too fast. Oh, I wonder what happens here. I think it did a molecule particle simulation. Let's collect them all like into a giant blob. Come here, guys. Come here. Look at that. Like, boom. Look at this arrow. Wait. Guys, I need to make a thumbnail out of this. So, chat overlay is gonna go for a second and the camera is gonna go for a second. I need to make a chat overlay for that. Give me a second. This needs to be a thumbnail. Okay, I'm gonna change that thumbnail. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think I'm good. Is it lagging, by the way? Looks laggy, right? Okay, very nice. Let's get the chat overlay back. You made this? And the demo. I guess we don't need the demo, but the camera at least. Happy cakes, no lag. I think you could see some FPS drops there. Yeah, I think so too. I think there were some little FPS drops. So what is the problem? Is the desired direction not strong enough? Do I have to use...
Attention. Building completed.
Literally so fast. I think that's because of the desired direction. That's not... I need to multiply this by delta time too.
Attention.
I need to multiply both by delta time. But then they don't have enough force. The force is not strong enough. They literally get sucked in because the direction is too strong. They all get sucked in. And then they slowly start to dissipate. So I need to make the separation force stronger. This is not strong enough. Maybe 10 times stronger?
Attention. Building completed.
Well, I don't know. What am I doing wrong? Why is it not working? That's literally...
Attention. Building completed.
It looks like I have to make it 100 times stronger. But even then, it's not perfect. I have to make it like 1,000 times stronger? Still not strong enough. In the neighbor loop, you have to skip neighbor equals enemy. Oh yeah, maybe that's an issue. True. Let's do that first. True, I totally forgot that. Thank you. Thank you, super cool. Maybe that helps a lot already. What happens when they get close? It's still not strong enough. Look at that. Like, look how they clump up. They basically push on top of each other. I have to make this like 1,000 times stronger or something.
Attention. Building completed.
I don't know why my separation force is just so different from yours. Remove delta time from separation force? I can't. I can't, actually. I can't. The reason why I can't is because I don't have an update loop like you have. Or demo is only on Twitch chat. You wanna test out what type of demo do you want? You want the Cakez tower defense demo? I want to make another screenshot. Give me 1 second. I wanna be able to... I should have made another screenshot of the other one before. But let's make a screenshot here. Oh shit. Where am I? Guys, where am I? Oh, there we go. When you resolve collisions, normally you don't use delta time either. I will get to 1,000 enemies in a second, guys. Hopefully not. I want that too. I actually want that too. Looks so funny. I don't know, man. I really want that too. I can't help it. I'm sorry, guys. I think that's a funny picture. You know. So cool to see that some of this stuff works. When you resolve collisions, normally you don't use delta time either. Smiley face demo. Nike Dev, do you want the link to the Cakez TD demo? Because if you want the link to this game, if you want the link to that's another game. The Cake City demo is another game. But if you want the link to this right here, you can just go into the chat description. There's a link to this repository right here on GitHub. It's open source. Like you can just download it and try it out. It's called Vampire Survivors. It is today's stuff has not been updated yet. Of course, we're still working on it. So I still don't understand Real Super Cool. Like there's two different things. This is what I'm doing on YouTube, and there I also have another game on Twitch that I'm making. That's like my main game, the tower defense game. But yeah, you can just go into the description and then you get the link there. When you resolve collisions, normally you don't use delta time either. Okay, but look, I can show you the difference. I can show you what I mean. Maybe keep the delta time after all, depends. I'd try both and keep what works best. I think this, what I have right now, is good enough. If enemies pile up like that before, don't you develop Cake City here too? I think you streamed. I'm not developing Cake City here. I'm developing this game here. I'm developing Cake City on Twitch. But I'm doing YouTube videos about that. Yes. Looks like, yeah, they're being pushed because they can't move out anymore. And so the separation factor is not strong enough to push them out. I should probably use more. And I want to see if it has an effect if I use the... Currently I don't use vertical sync. I wonder if it has an effect if I use vertical sync now. It should not have any effect. I'm back. Hey, Stecker. That looks good. Yeah, that looks good, right? And now we need to add in a pushback factor. When I press the spacebar or something, I want the closest enemies in my range to be pushed back. That would be a nice little streaming session. Look how they're being. Look how they sometimes are being pushed towards me. Look, sometimes they're being pushed towards me. Maybe that's a cool. Is that the expected behavior? Probably not, right? That's the push distance winning. I probably have to normalize the distance, right? Or maybe I don't. Maybe I have to wait. You can push players out. You can push the enemies away. Yeah. I have done C++ just for just 4 months, but when I see you, I can see that I will be also good in the future in 1 year, maybe 2, because you can work on OpenGL already. Hey, thank you, NikeDev. I had a lot of help with OpenGL though, especially in the beginning, like setting it up. That wasn't so easy. That's expected behavior based on the code you have right now. I limit plus desired plus separation, so to about enemy default speed, maybe a tiny bit faster. Yeah, right. Can't I normalize those two? Can't I say, okay, I have those two together? And then normalize that direction? I could say, okay, I'm using, I don't know, I'm using 10 times more of the separation force. Or let's say 1,000 times more. Maybe a tiny bit faster. I would not normalize. They'd probably start stuttering, flickering then. Sometimes they only want to move a little bit. Oh, I see. They only want to move a little bit sometimes. Let's try 1,000. And then we multiply all of this by delta time. You can certainly get very far in 1-2 years, yes. Certainly.
Attention. Building completed.
Also, like, I'm not the smartest person. I literally take... most of the time I take longer to solve issues than others. And I have still gotten to this point, which is already quite advanced, I would say. And so yeah, literally you can do that. Okay, so we have this separation now. That's good. Now I want to add in a vec2 push direction and a float push time. Lutukura, may I ask why not using Visual Studio Code? Hey Lutukura, welcome. Because I want to be able to do the following. I want to be able to go to like something that I have defined, for example, this sprite enemy 1, and I want to inspect that real quickly and then look at what I have here available. Like, for example, if I use, for example, a vector 2, I want to inspect that, and basically I want to jump to the definition real fast. And sometimes in Visual Studio Code, if you use, yeah, they have that in Visual Studio Code, the F12 key, but the problem in Visual Studio Code is that it sometimes lags because the extension lags. The extension for C++ lags. So you can't jump to definitions. It will just show you the eternal loading bar at the top. And that happens way more than I would like it to. And so that's why I stopped using Visual Studio Code. I just use Visual Studio Code to debug now. And for Coda never has this issue. It has other issues, but at least I don't have the issue of having to wait for definitions. And that's mostly the reason. Push direction. Oh, now I understand. Thank you for the response. Sure, bro. Thank you. Yeah, for Coda beta. Like, it's not entirely beta, but for Coda is it's open source, so you can basically change anything if you want to. If you have the time and you want, you can change how the editor works. And so far, it doesn't really I don't really have that many problems. There's just 1 or 2 annoying problems, but the rest I really enjoy using it. Maybe in the future we will get NeoVim to work or something. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, where do I set the push direction? Update game, spawning system, updating enemies. I guess I'll have to put in the push direction in here as well. The enemy push direction, but I need to weight that more. Also, push direction. How does that work? Like, how do I push someone over time? Like, I can use it right now, but it doesn't do anything because we are not using it.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Let's say I want to push a unit away from something. I guess the push strength just begins with a certain value and then over time is being interpolated down. Or what if I say push time is 100% force, and the further I go to the end, the push time, since it would be linear. Well, I could turn the push time down from 1 second to, but if no, we could use the push time. Do we have easing functions? Okay, I would need to make a new file. We could use ease out quad. What is quad again? Quad is squared. Ease out is squared. Ease out quad is times 3 or times 4? Ease out is just t times t. No, that's ease in. So that would be 1.0 minus... Oh, wait. What is ease out? No, actually it is... It's like a curve that starts very fast and then eases out. I'm just gonna have to Google. I forgot. Ease out. Ease out quad. Too slow. But we can use that. What is that? It's 1.1 minus 1 minus x times... Oh, I see. If t greater than 1, we just return 1.0f. Otherwise we return 1 like that. That's called quad, right? So we literally start off with quad. Right? Okay, excuse me. And now for every enemy, let me see, where's the enemy? Where do we start? For every enemy, we do enemy, push, I think it's called pushback time, right? Push time minus equals delta time. And then we do enemy. Yeah, that's all we need to do. And then when we calculate, when we move the enemy, we could create a vector too. Push force is enemy push direction times enemy times t, and t float t would be, this could be push direction, push dir, and then float push force is 1.0f. Am I doing this correctly? I want to start off with 1 and slowly go down to 0. So we need to do 1 minus ease out what? Which takes in the enemy push time. So we're literally starting at 1 and we're quickly dropping down to 0. So then I actually want to have an ease in quad, not an ease out. For that. So we stop abruptly. What we are being pushed and then we are being pushed fast and then we slow down over time. By the way,
Tuckum Juckum is fighting Cakez 77.
Is the YouTube chat updating or not?
Cakez 77 won with 17 health left.
I hope it is.
Cakez 77 gains 10 experience.
Man, can't beat me. Can't you just lerp? I fucking hate lerp. I fucking hate that shitty ass function. I hate fucking lerp. I'm never going to use lerp in my life ever again. I hate that shit. I'm not lerping. I don't know why TCAP loves lerp so much. I simply don't. Pogo. It is how it is. We are just returning T times T. Love is the abomination of damnation of stupidity of functions. Exactly. He knows what I'm talking about. So we want to have ease in quad. Ease in quad over the push time. And then we have a push force. Or let's say, yeah, push direction times push force. We could also do enemy push direction times push force.
Attention.
Oh yeah, and then I also need to include those easing functions A, B, C, D, E.
Attention. Building completed.
That looks good. Now I just need to... Where do I update the player? Over here, update the player. I don't know why TCAP is doing these types of things. Do you guys think that's easier to read? I think it makes it a little bit more difficult to read. But maybe he has like a different setup than I do. So if key pressed. Huh? Key was pressed? Literally, what is the key? Is key pressed? Is key down? Okay, is key pressed? Oh, if we press the space key for now, I want to loop over all enemies. Get the vec to... First, let's get an enemy.
Tuckum Juckum is fighting real super cool. It was
God,
a draw.
is that cool! God damn it! Oh, is that cool! Ho, 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 ho. Sorry. Real super cool. You like the chat on YouTube more, on Twitch more? How do you guys have it set up, by the way?
That is so cool.
It is how it is. Exactly. Exactly in his verse. Exactly. It is how it is. My man. True. Pop out chat on Twitch. It's kind of cringe, right? There's no unified. Are we supposed to renormalize before multiplying delta time by delta time after we concatenate the directions? I'm just gonna test it out if it works. If it looks cool, then who cares, right? I'm just gonna test it out, bro. I have no fucking idea. So, Mech 2, enemy direction. I need to get the direction towards the enemy. Yeah. That would be player, position. No, that'd be towards my position. So it would be the enemy, position, minus the player, position. That is the enemy direction. And then we have a distance. Distance, which is the length of the enemy direction. Then if the enemy distance is greater than, let's use some arbitrary number for now, 200. Or if the enemy distance is less than 200, we just set the enemy, what is it called? Push direction. To the enemy direction. Normalize enemy direction. I think I should make it so that if enemies that are closer should have a higher. Let me see. Vec2 enemy direction normalized is normalize enemy direction, and then we use the enemy direction normalized, and we multiply that by a factor that grows the closer they are. Let me see. So 200 is what we have, and the distance is smaller than 200. So if the distance is getting smaller, I guess we could do the following. We do like we had before, 200 minus enemy distance. The thing, yeah, divided by 200. Right, now we have like some sort of multiplier. Would be a float push factor, is I guess that. And then we use the push factor. Let me center that a bit, it's annoying. Anyway, set the push direction times the push factor times some strength. Let's say, I don't know, 100. Or let's say 20 for now. Let's not overdo it. Cakes.
Attention.
And we also need to set the enemy. Enemy push time to 1 second. We push them over 1 second. Cakes, hey Stucken. Good morning. Not good morning, but hello there. And then it complains me about some issues here. And some other issue. It's literally complaining me about that.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, let's see if that works. Let's first see if everything else works without pressing the space bar. Okay, I'm not... Okay, literally no enemies in range. Thank God. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. So they pile up on me. Spacebar doesn't do shit. Very nice. Spacebar doesn't do shit, by the way. Maybe it's just not strong enough. Maybe it is just not strong enough. Huh?
Attention. Building complete.
Can you tell how you are building and running your game step by step? Sure, I can try. Let's see if that works. Ah, okay, 2000 was too much. 2000 is too much. Okay, wait. I think that is too much. Let's try to use 100.
Attention. Building completed.
Why are you storing push time and push direction instead of just editing origin? Because it's like... Still too long. What the fuck happened? Why did they come back? Huh? What? I think the push direction enemies flying. I think I know the problem. If these are the funniest game dev moments, yeah, true. Push time, Think that.
Attention. Building completed.
I think they're coming back. I think they are coming back. Got a lot of bloopers. Looking good though, yeah. And real super good. That's mostly thanks to you. Like it's mostly thanks to real super cool because he has done that. I don't know why this is not working as good as it is working for him. But it literally is the other way around. I hate that. Supposed to be ease out.
Attention. Building completed.
Literally doesn't do shit now. Huh?
Attention. Building
I'm like literally counting down a push time from 1. And so at the beginning this should be 0. Oh yeah, this is 0. Wait, I think I don't need to do the 1 minus.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, now it's pushing. It's pushing them away, but not strong enough. That's what I want. 50.
Attention. Building completed.
I want them to fly quite a long distance. Yeah. Look at this, guys. Push the fuck up, bro. Boom. 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 Boom, bitch. Boom. Get the fuck out of here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Back away from me. Boom, boom, boom. Hell yeah! God, I'm having too much fun with this. Boom! 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 Get the fuck out of my way, bitch! Boom! 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 I got stuff to do! Okay. Oh, that is awesome. Can you? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's stop. One more time. Let me get a screenshot for this. 1 second. Get the chat overlay over here and the camera out of the way. Make a screenshot for this. Oops. Okay, I'm sorry. Save that as pushback. Clip that, puff. I prefer using velocity variable for movement, then it's easier to work in knockbacks and stuff. But you got it working pretty satisfying. Yeah, it's very satisfying. Like, poof, poof. But I think the problem is the performance. Still bad. Let me explain to you how I built this while I let this run in performance. We could check the performance of this while I explain to you how I built this. Let's start off with no vertical sync. Oops.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Okay, I think... By the way, why does it crash sometimes? Okay, we start off with 3000 frames and then we'll see how slow this gets. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's 800 already. Damn. 400. It's better than yesterday, but damn. So that's still 300 frames. It's still decent. But this is, we can improve this by adding in partitioning. Space partitioning and stuff. Dude, focus. They're still stacking. Of course they are. They are like literally on top of me. But if there's that many enemies on top of you, Collector, it literally, you are literally dead at that point. So there is no point in, there is literally no point in making this better, because at that point you're just dead. Okay, how do I build the program? What do I do? So, how do I explain that? I have one file. I could literally just make a quick file to demonstrate, I think. I think I could literally make a very fast file and demonstrate that. How can you move around with that crouch? And you can't, you are dead. Don't you have a video to explain it? The Vulkan tutorial series? Well, you balance it so that you can move around, and then you give yourself movement speed buffs and stuff. Don't you have a yeah, I do. Like, first of all, I have a tutorial, I guess. I could link that on YouTube. Which explains that as well. Which is like the development setup for my Vulkan engine. This one is not bad. Can only recommend that one. But how I have it set up is, so I basically create a new file here. Let's call it main.cpp. Oh, that's a folder. Oops. Main.cpp. I have a main CPP file, and inside that main CPP file, I guess we have an int main function. And I guess I return 0 here. Or do you return 1? I don't remember. Like one of the two. And so I then also have another file, which is a build.batch file, where I call ukite. Yeah, exactly, ukite. Where I call the compiler from Microsoft executable. And how that works is, you on your computer, you have on your C drive, if you have Visual Studio installed, 0 are errors. Less than 0 are errors. Okay, so 1 is better. So 1 is no error. Okay, thank you. So you have to locate your Visual Studio, which if it's 2022, I think it should be in program files over here. And in there is like, I think it's VC, tools, MSVC. Then you have like some version here, and then you have a binary for whatever host you want. And then you have this CL executable here. And this is basically the compiler from Microsoft. And I have set it up so that I have a, let me see, environment. I have it set up that the CL compiler from Microsoft is inside my path. I think it is. Yeah, over here, you can see it over here. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not in here, but down here. Could be in here too. I have it set up so that it's inside the path. Or maybe it's not. Maybe you don't even need that. I guess you don't even need that. I don't remember correctly. We can check it out real quick. We're going into... So basically, but this one is important. And then the other one that is important is the... I think it's the lib one? No, it's not lib. Where do we find the... Where do we find the... It's in VC auxiliary, the VC vars. VC auxiliary. So in the same folder, somewhere, some other place, there is a... Is it redistributable lib? Oh my god. Auxiliary, where was that again? Build. Literally, where is that? Build vcvars.bat. Okay. Program files. Microsoft Visual Studio VC. Oh yeah, there we go. So what this batch file does, if you have Visual Studio installed, it gives you a... Literally, we can build that like VC. You can call this, and then it initializes an environment variable or an environment. Basically, it sets a bunch of stuff for you, okay? It basically allows you to then call this CL executable you know, this CL compiler to build a C++ program. It's like a little bit annoying to set this up, because if you don't know what all of this is, I literally don't know what this vcvars.batch file does behind my back. I know it sets some environment variables, you know, these. It sets some of these inside the console only, and it sets some other stuff. And then it allows me to call this executable, this CL executable, inside this command line. And so what I usually do is I copy myself the path to the 64 version of that, so 64-bit. I copy that path, and then I put it into my batch file. So that's the first thing that I call when I use my batch file. And then I just call cl main.cpp. I think it just works like that. And then obviously you have to also add in, if you're using Visual Studio Code or something else, you have to add in these tasks.json files. And later, nerd, good luck. Hey, real super cool, my man. Thank you for joining, like always. Thank you for helping as well. Thank you for the great explanation. Really, really appreciate that. Like, for example, let me use one of my games or one of my projects. Over here, you need to copy one of these .vs code folders. I guess I can't put it in here. And create these tasks.json files. I don't know if you know much about Visual Studio Code. But what is that? What, are we in test? No. Is it a test build? What's it called again, literally? Example build, yeah. So you have to basically add in this VS Code thing to say, okay, what am I launching? Probably going to be the main executable. Right, when you press F5, and what am I building? What am I calling when I build my program? I'm building from a build.batch file that is inside my repository or inside my folder. Then when you Control-Shift-B, it opens the console down below. And you can see that it initialized this development the development environment for 64-bit from Microsoft. And then it literally called CL with main CPP. That's this one over here. That's this line. And then it put out a main executable and a main OBJ file. And now I can just run this program, which does literally nothing because I literally return 1. Yeah. I can't even debug this because I now have to set up more options so that I actually am able to debug this, and I always have to look up these options. I think it is the Z7 what you have to add in. Slash. It more or less prepares for compiling for a certain architecture. Yeah. And now it should have created more files. It created this ILK file, the main ILK and main PDB files, which allows me to now go ahead and debug my program. It's ZI. Okay, so I'm using Z7, but I guess it's ZI, yeah. So literally, I do the exact same thing that Visual Studio does, but you don't know that it does them because it's hiding them for you. It's more convenient to use, but if you want to get down, I at some point wanted to understand what is actually happening because I had problems with my builds, and so I then found a tutorial on what it actually means to compile your program using CL. But you can also compile your program in, like, you could also set it up a lot easier instead of, you know, doing this call bullshit and stuff. You could set it up so that you call, I think it's clang and then main.cpp. I think you can just call that. Building main. And then it just builds main. Let's delete some of those files. Like, let's delete this. What is a.executable? I never built that. Oh, it's... Oh, I see. I have to do -O and then main, I guess. Right? You have to say what you output. Oh, actually, main.exe. I see. I'm not really versed with Clang, but yeah, now I guess I have an executable. And I think I can run it, but I can't debug for sure. Yeah, there's no debug information. So then you would have to Google Clang output PDB files. I don't know what the dash for Clang is, but yeah. I'm using CL most of the time, but there's also like a Clang version. And you can see this in the Vampire Survivors clone as well, in the build.batch file. I'm not calling the vcvars.batch, but I have it in here. And then I literally call CL. And then I put in some other options like no logo, C++ 20, please. And then some option to remove some warnings. And then there's my C++ file that I compile. And I tell it which executable I want. And then obviously some other defines and includes and links. Like I want to include some directories. So that include directives find, like for example, if I say in my GL renderer, I include the render interface. You managed to get OpenGL up? Yes, I got. We have it set up currently so that we have a dude spawning and there's a bunch of enemies spawning at the same time. And they overlap with each other or they collide with each other, but they don't like run into each other. And we can push them away. That's what we have done today. And that was actually everything I wanted to do today. I'm very happy that I managed to do it faster than my C++ coding on my game on Twitch. So that's what we currently have. And then tomorrow we can work on actually dealing damage, I suppose. Or we work on a background and then after that we work on actually dealing damage. Over time, like you see these three enemies popping up. That's his AoE spells. We could look into how we add in AoE damage. But so far this is nice. We could also improve this a little bit, make this more efficient by partitioning the enemies into slots, like, you know, spatial partitioning. But I guess we'll just do that in the future. At this point, you would be dead. So I think we can keep it like this for now. It doesn't break the game yet. Look how fast they are being pushed towards you, though. I think that's an issue. Quadris, yeah, something like that, exactly. Do you draw batching? Yeah, this is actually one draw call. It should be one draw call. Could check that real quick. If I didn't do anything wrong, it should be one draw call. I don't think you'd ever want to push towards yourself. Good check. That should be one draw call though. Yeah, it literally draws 222 instances. I wonder how long that takes. Oh, it literally takes 70 picoseconds or 70 microseconds. So we are literally CPU bound. Like the GPU is... the GPU is not gonna... Yeah, we have one texture atlas. We have one ginormous texture atlas. Where we currently have those inside. Like this guy, then some bigger guy and this guy. I made them real quickly. They don't look good, but... it's only for demonstration purposes. We can make them look much cooler in the future. We still have some time. I think today is day 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken. So we have literally like 3 weeks more time left. I want to see how far we can get in 1 month. Yeah. That should be down to 100 FPS. Yeah, even with how many enemies is that now? It should be like 800 or something. 500. So 500 enemies and we are down to 100 frames per second. Yeah. Yeah, 500 enemies on screen would be dead. You would be dead. Okay, guys. I think I will stop here. Let's push this to the repository. And if you guys wanna, you know, try out some stuff, you can use the repository. It's free, or it's open source. Git commit -m. Edit beta collision for enemies. They now log, I guess. Also added in a pushback. But I still need to work out the specifics, like the specifics. Like, I don't like how they run towards you like real quickly. They're being pushed towards you actually. I don't like that. Excuse me. They're literally running towards you. I don't like that. So we need to work out those specifics as well. Oh yeah, and we added in easing functions. Yeah, I think the push algorithm could work really well if they were sorted by distance to player. I don't know. Like literally, this is what Real Superku sent me yesterday. This is if I get it working correctly. If I get it working correctly, then I think we should be golden. There's some stuff we have to figure out, but the rest. But excuse me. CEO Aizen, my man. Like always. Look at this guy. Hey guys, if you want to see some nice game development, you can head on over to this guy right here. Look at this guy. Streaming. Little bitch. Look at this guy being affiliate already on Twitch. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, guys. I pushed. If anyone wants to look at this Survivors clone, I know it is a little bit weird to set up. Maybe I should put in into the README on how to build it soon. Do you want me to put a README in how to build it? I guess we'll do that tomorrow, right? I'll put it in chat, but it's also in the description. That bitch in the chat.
How am I gonna do that in a nice way?
Bitch.
Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream.
What up?
I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting, like always. And
How am I gonna
see you tomorrow.
tell
Peace.
the clients that a